Hi, welcome to Mint. I am at Moonriver in Delhi's Defence Colony, and with me is Radhika Gupta, the founder and owner of the store, which has this year completed 10 years. As usual, we are here with our questions on what makes design and fashion tick. More than that, what makes it sell? Let me take the question to Radhika and ask Radhika, congratulations on 10 years in India.
Thank you.
Tell me, what have you noticed in this last decade about the clientele and the difference in the clientele between design and fashion? How does the Indian clientele differ in these two aspects?
It's been a huge learning experience. When we started 10 years ago, there was hardly anything in the retail landscape in India. You know, there were a bunch of craft stores and there were high-end Indian designers. There were no design stores, so to speak, no one showcasing global design. So we had a great first mover advantage and we really sort of changed the game because Indians were traveling a lot abroad. They were getting exposed to interior design in restaurants and stores abroad, but they had nothing to satisfy their appetite when they came back to India. And I lived abroad, I studied abroad, and I came back and I said, I need to buy things for my friends, for their housewarming, or to do up my own house. Where do I go? So we started Moonriver as a really special space where we showcased global design. But we didn't take ourselves seriously. It was all about fun and humor, and we were showcasing from Europe and small ateliers from all across.
When you say you didn't take yourself seriously, as a business or in the intent?
No, very seriously as a business. And you know, testament to that, we've survived 10 years through ups and downs in the economy, and we're poised, we're growing every year. And we've just launched, we ventured into fashion in the affordable luxury market in a huge manner, where we're sitting today in our affordable luxury floor, because we believe that we're a lifestyle brand, and lifestyle encompasses everything: the way you live, what you wear, what you eat, everything. So we wanted to be a one-stop shop for discerning Indians.
When you use this term affordable luxury, how do you justify the luxury aspect of it? Because while India has its own luxury products, the processes that go into creating a global luxury brand versus an Indian luxury product, which is, let's say, a Persian carpet, it could be an extraordinary clim somewhere, it could be filigree work. These are also luxury items, but the processes are different. That is indeed affordable, whereas most global luxury items to the Indian buyers are a little steep, and you're surely speaking of a certain class. So when you use the word affordable, who are you making it affordable to? Is it the middle class that you are targeting, or is it the upper middle class?
Well, you know, I think our target audience is the upper middle class. I think it's a huge, there's this huge misconcept that the middle class in India is the biggest market for luxury brands. No. It's the upper middle class, it's the millennials, and by affordable luxury, you said it perfectly. Indian luxury has been affordable for a very long time, as in, you know, Ayurveda products or Persian carpets or textiles or things like that. And when we came into fashion, I found that there was a huge gap in the market between fast fashion provided by Zara and Promode or Mango, and then you had Louis Vuitton and Fendi and all the top. There was nothing to satisfy the customer who wanted a great product at a great price with a brand attached to it. So then we brought together these bouquet of brands which all retail for around 15,000 Indian rupees to 25,000 Indian rupees.
That's an average separate.
Yes.
Which means one separate costs averagely 15,000 rupees.
What that also leads to, Shefali, is that the customer is encouraged to buy 3 or 4 items which they can put together to create 4 or 5 different looks,
right,
rather than investing 80,000 rupees for one dress.
Can I ask you, Radhika, all things being equal and your investment in Indian and global designers, where are your Indian clients veering towards? Are they more fond over a period of time of Indian designers, or do they go for other international labels?
It's a mixed bag, Shefali. There is only thing I would say is that an Indian consumer, the Indian woman today is very confident. She's very well traveled. She knows what she wants. So, and she wants fashion that is individual, well made, and at a good price. It could come from an Indian fashion designer, it could come from a Western fashion designer.
Are you not able to gauge a sensitivity or a emerging sensibility, rather, to use a better term, amongst the... My point is to understand what's the Indian consumer evolving towards? More globalized aesthetic or something that is compellingly Indian?
No, definitely a much more globalized aesthetic, much more. They are, overall I feel sarees are now being reconciled to being worn only at wedding functions or things like that.
Do you really believe that there is indeed a revival of sarees in many ways,
I believe,
far beyond the wedding market?
I hear that, but my sales and the way I see my friends shop and how I shop is that I would also routinely pick into my mother's beautiful sarees, or I go for designers that are doing something different with sarees. I don't want the usual. I think the drawback that lies for Indian designers is that they have to reinvent themselves. They cannot, a normal kurta will not do anymore. It has to be something different. And that's where I find our Western designers, the ones that we showcase here, are upping the ante all the time. They're introducing newer collections, they're introducing newer pricing, and the prints are vibrant. They're focusing on the Indian.
Which are some of the global designers that you hope to bring soon into your store?
Diane von Furstenberg is one such designer. Dynamic lady, great lover of India. And she, created this wrap dress, which became an icon in the 1980s.
Right.
And we've had such an amazing response to that, because we carry the largest selection of her dresses in India. And again, it's a great price point. It's around 12 to 15,000. It takes you from office to cocktail party. It makes you feel feminine. It ticks all the right boxes.
What about Marni? I hear that's one of the other brands that you are going to stock with.
We're in talks with them, and we are hoping. This is a brand that has enjoyed great success all over Europe, where there's been a recession like nowhere before. And it's again because it's a great product at a great value. You get glimpses of catwalk pieces in a product that you can easily afford, that doesn't burn a hole in your pocket. The same thing with Zadig and Voltaire, the same thing with Marni editions. You have top-end designer brands in Europe creating bridge lines, bridge collections, which we call affordable luxury. Because they still have the brand, the stamp of that designer, but they offer you a much more accessible price point.
Right. I have one last question for you. It kind of actually dissolves both our sides together, the Indian and global. As one of your colleagues pointed out, and the mannequin is wearing, this looks very much like a creation by one of the Indian designers, and yet you told me it's by a French designer.
Right.
Now, what would really urge an Indian buyer to buy something so inherently Indian but not made by an Indian? What is the USP of this kind of garment?
Well, I think that's what I'm saying, that any consumer, and an Indian consumer now, knows her mind. It's not so much about the label anymore, Shefali.
But isn't it, there has to be a distinction. Fashion is about distinction.
It's so funny that you showcase this piece, because this is by a French designer, made in India, using Indian craftsmanship. So it just shows how we are becoming a truly global economy, and fashion is becoming a truly global economy. And then stores like us are in a position to showcase this to an Indian consumer. Because tomorrow, normally you would buy this in a French store at 3 times the price. And today, the French are ready to sell it to us because they know that the market is in India. So you can get the best of all worlds today in India, and I think the Indian consumer is spoilt for choice.
It is a coming round, also a bit ironical, but let's see what the store speaks in the months to come, and I wish you all the best with the new brands.
Thank you so much.